come work see you and watch you. If you don't give out this link here, no one can come in to the hangout. This is one of the valuable for our purposes. Because you can have like up to 9 different people enter into your hangout, and they can have a chat over here, and you know, that's not necessary. You can have like up to 9 different people enter into your hangout. Okay, so yeah, and you can probably do the same maybe with Skype. I'm not familiar with Skype, but I know that for interaction, you basically can do the same thing, but this is much easier as far as just coming in and just having people sign in, and they automatically, if you're here, it automatically pans. And it generates a recording automatically. There's no additional add-ons like with Skype. You have to have another program. I mean, you can do all the things, but this for me is just a lot easier. Everything's set up, ready to go. And whether or not you're just going to do a recording or if you actually want to have interaction, for me this is much easier. Now with Skype, you can have more than 9 people. Right? So there's an advantage with Skype if you're going to use more. Have more people sign in, but it's been my experience, and I do a lot of hangouts. I talk with teachers from around the world, and we all use this. It's just a lot easier to work in. So yeah, you don't have to use Google, right? This is what I'm talking about because I know if you want to use third party, that's fine. Third party software. Okay, does that help with the hangouts? Yes. No problem. I'm spending the time talking about this because it's fairly straightforward and most of us have it. And if you already are comfortable with another software, that's fine. I have all the software that you can always okay, perfect. That's fine, no problem. But make sure that you upload it to someplace. Okay. But does that record? Yeah, but I didn't think it recorded. Yeah, yeah, whatever, you know, that's fine. As long as at the end of the day you have a link to a video. That's you get a question? Okay. Regarding to, bueno, en general, academy, and also I mean, most of the professor, well, from the 50s years forward, because it's something like, I don't know, we decide that we are very criticized. All right. So no problem. If anybody seriously, no, that's okay. It's a good point. If someone's not comfortable with sharing with you guys, I need to say it. So if anyone is not comfortable sharing their video with you, because even with YouTube, no one else is going to, except for the live broadcast. But I'll be honest, hardly anybody's going to see the broadcast. And even if that's fine. The video that's being uploaded on YouTube is not shared publicly. Nobody can ever see it. The only people that are going to see it is the people that you share the link with. And that's what I'm asking you to do, is share the link for us only, so that we can all see each other's video. Now, if somebody doesn't want to share with me, that's fine. Just let me know, and I won't include it. Don't include it. Just send me the link, and I won't share it with anyone. And that's no problem. I have no problem with that. But here's the thing. this exercise is not so much for what I see, it's more about you guys sharing your experiences and learning from each other. So that's kind of the rationale behind it. I understand, and it's not a cultural thing. Everybody's nervous about sharing. You people in the United States, I'm sure in every country, there's a lot of teachers who are not comfortable with that. Yeah, and this is something that you're sharing your knowledge. You're sharing what you learned, what you're getting out of this course, and yeah, so, and you're free to share whatever you want to share. If you're not comfortable with sharing certain aspects of it, then don't share it. Share what you're comfortable sharing, and yeah, and I want to give everyone the option. If you don't want to share it with everyone else, that's cool. No problem.
Usually, older people have many enemies. So we prefer not.
We're all friends here, right? We're all friends here.
Yeah, we're friends.
So, no enemies here. And, all right. Let me go to our Word documents, because I do want to get some feedback. So this is our current module here. Does everybody remember how to get to our Word document? Is everybody able to modify the Word document? Okay. So, one of the things I did notice, I just want to remind everyone when you write your understandings to begin by saying, learners will understand that. All the understanding should start just like that. Learners will understand that. So just double check your own understandings that you have uploaded, and make sure you started out with that phrase. Okay? Also, make sure that you use the outline function in Word. That is, you have one idea here, and then you have sub-ideas, and then maybe sub-ideas, and it tabs over. So, for example, like this. See how this is nice? You've got the name, and then underneath the name, the main topics in bold, very clear. And then under each one of these, some examples. Okay. So this is Word is automatic. So if you're using your cursor, hit enter, and you can use this feature here, right? These tabs to tab in and out, to expand and to collapse these points. So if your cursor is here and you want to go this way, you select this icon like this to go in. Okay. But this is a good example here of what you might do. You decide which points you want to include. So this is a good example.
There are some contributions from the morning groups, right? For some people. In this document.
Yes, they're both in the morning group and weekends, both.
Okay,
Yeah, everybody's using the same document. So, for example, here, understandings. Students will I would rather have you say students or learners will understand that. Okay. So here, for example, he can kind of move this over, and I know what happened in his case. He copied and pasted this information from either his individual wiki or some other Word document. And sometimes when you copy and paste, the formats get a little screwed. They get weird. So keep that in mind if you're copying and pasting, that you might have to go in and clear the formatting in the Word document. And I don't know if you can do that here, but you might have to open this document on your computer. There's an icon that you can clear the format. So if it looks a little weird like this, that's probably why. There's like hidden characters in here. It gets kind of weird. But So here's another example here. This is, for example, some are choosing to include the SMART goals, but some aren't. That's fine, depending on what it is you want to say. If you want to talk about your SMART goals throughout your presentation, and maybe you don't feel it's necessary to have them at the very beginning, it just depends on how you want to organize your ideas. Notice this performance task. Right now here, I don't know exactly what the intention is, but don't feel that you have to explain the entire performance task. You only talk about certain key aspects of the performance task. Because it might get quite long. You might talk 10 minutes, which might seem a little bit long to talk just about a performance task. Remember your audience. Remember who you're talking to, and just plan on what you want to say. Okay, so I don't know if anyone has a specific question or you want me to look at something specific.
I can suggest not directly, but yes, related with this assignment, but more indirectly, written exercise about collecting ideas, and in particular about to speak or try to speak more correctly, including pronunciation. I don't know, a little more maybe could be possible that we test, well, I or other people, we test at least maybe 5, 7, 10 difficult words to pronounce in order to practice. For example, the past participle from see and from fish. For this sounds equal, right? I don't know because of course this is a didactic course, but maybe most of my colleagues, including me, within our studies in Mexico and our pronunciation is not. I think.
All right. All right. So
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
All right, no, we can, but why don't we? I'll pass the keyboard. Any words that you already know that you have issues with, problems with, or that you want to.
Because I'm similar.
Because it's going to be honestly difficult for me to project which words that you need. That's one thing. The second is I know, and let me tell you my perspective on pronunciation, because this is a big issue with my students that I have who are studying to be teachers. It's been my experience that our students in the BA, are more concerned about pronunciation in general than the teachers. Okay, the pronunciation and vocabulary are the two main things that students are concerned about: pronunciation and vocabulary. And for us, the teachers, generally speaking, we're more concerned about vocabulary, less concerned about, in general, pronunciation. Only as far as it not interfering with communication. So for example, like if you're speaking and I understand what you're saying, I'm not concerned, for your case, I'm not concerned about your pronunciation, if I understand what you're saying. Now, if you're saying something that is incorrect and where I don't understand you, or maybe you say it differently that means something else, of course, pronunciation is important. But most of the time, right, it's learners are more concerned about pronunciation than what, in our case, for example, the teachers who are actually helping you teaching the language. So that's fine. If you're concerned about certain words, let's share this list here, and I'll be more than happy to help you with the pronunciation of those words. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to anticipate which words that you have problems with. And when I listen later on, right, I'll give you feedback to major problems. But I don't want you to feel too concerned about pronunciation or even mistakes with this. I want you to remember that you're trying to communicate an idea and stay with that purpose. That's try to make yourself understood. But I would prefer, as far as the vocabulary goes, I correct, like I'm listening to you speak out every day, right? We meet every day. And I have hardly said anything about pronunciation because I have not felt a need to do that. because I understand what everyone's saying. Occasionally, maybe we've talked about a couple of words. But if, I think the best way to do this for our time, right, is for you to just tell me which words that you have issues with. If you're practicing and you keep having this one word come up and you know you're having problems with it, right, let me know what word that is. Right, so if you want to, let's
collective suggestion of your works, particular, for example.
no, that's fine, but you mentioned it, so you want to start, and then we can pass it around. If anyone else wants to add a word, feel free to add it to this, and we can look at it.
One particular to sing versus to teach is part of the people, and there are particular.
Okay, so what is teach? What's the past tense of teach?
Taught.
Taught. Now, what rhymes with taught? Thought. Taught. What's this verb here? You're in baseball, you're in the center field. The ball comes back. Catch. What's the past tense of catch? Caught. So we say caught. 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 Thought. 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 Caught. 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 Caught.
Comprado.
Bought. Bought. Now, if you type out taught, bought, B-O-U-G-H. Taught, bought, thank you, bought, caught, C-A-U-T-H. Caught. Thought, T-H-O-U-G-H. Thought. ¿Qué más? Bought. Bought, okay. Bought, F-O-U-G-H-T. Bought.
What is your middle? Five. The
Five left. Bought, taught, bought, and something else?
About both.
That's about, saw it, yes, saw it, like to see, saw it, S-O-U-G-H-T. Sorry? Broad, okay, broad. Broad.
From bring,
To bring, alright. So here's my suggestion. When you have difficult words to pronunciate, try to categorize, and if you need help, make sure you have the right words, and use and say those words like this, right? Caught, thought, and it said That's the sound we're working on.
This sound of both people.
Right?
These
are all the same. This is the point. This is my point. Categorize all the words that have exactly the same vowel sound in this case, the vowel.
So the context,
like this part right here. Okay, the vowel sound. They're exactly the same. So here, I'm going to say these words. You listen to what I say, but don't say anything. Just listen, and I'm going to say these words in a row. Taught, bought, caught, thought, bought, sought, brought. You hear the same all. You hear that? Taught, bought, thought, brought. Taught, We're focusing on the vowel, right? The vowel sound. Exactly the same vowel sound.
there are component letters that sound something similar, in particular, for example, both, and it can be both, ambos, both.
Okay, put under here, BOTH. I'm trying to, hold on, wait a minute. Bo,
Bo.
like, oh, bo.
Bo.
Get the diphthong, oh.
Bo.
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 Bo. Oh my God. Now say, oh. See? Oh. You have to eat it, it's like, it's a diphthong, right? Diphthong. Pronunciation, you have to say it out loud 150,000 times. You have to say it over and over. Again, you have to say it out loud. It's like, it's a muscle exercise. And it's also, you have to listen to say, oh, both.